Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell the truth about silver. Today is Thursday the 27th of February 2020. And yesterday evening we published a video entitled US stock markets continue to fall, gold and silver recover slightly. And on Tuesday, equities, oil and gold and silver fall update. And on Monday, stock markets fall, gold and silver rise. Is the grey swan turning back? And we've put links to all three of these in the description box below. Now, amongst these videos, we warned listeners to expect continuing and further falls in the equity market, and also to expect a divergence in the price of gold and silver in favour of gold. Now, this divergence we have in fact been commenting on for some significant time. Actually, all the way back more than 2 years, when the fear of a global recession came to light, then being partly caused by trade disputes and tariffs, particularly with China. That being on the horizon was also on the minds of professional investors. We also draw your attention only a handful of months ago, when the gold to silver ratio fell back below 90-1. And many of the silver pumpers were telling you this was the start of an 80-1 ratio, rapidly falling to 70-1 and then 50-1 and eventually below 20-1. At a recent Cambridge seminar that one can see on YouTube, one such individual stated he was expecting silver to fall back to around 15-1. Not that far in the future. Well, all we can say is that we doubt that we ourselves, Greg and I, will live long enough to see that 15-1 ratio. But it is possible that some of our younger listeners, who are perhaps in their 20s, may indeed have that good fortune. What we have said is that a pullback to early 80-1 was not unthinkable, and we expected the ratio to move between 80 and 90 for some time, until the prospect of a recession was over. Then, when the recent outbreak causing equity markets to plummet and money started to move into precious metals occurred as a result of the virus, we then stated that we can indeed expect the ratio to rise above 90-1 again, and quite possibly go a fair bit higher. Well, at the time of producing this video, gold stands at $1,645 and silver at $17.75, producing a gold to silver ratio of 92.7-1. And yes, it can still diverge even further. Now, to be frank, there are a number of reasons for this. Some technical, some psychological, and some, quite frankly, fundamental. But perhaps, to a large degree, the two main factors are, one, the fear factor that the coronavirus is causing drives international monies into safe haven assets. These traditionally have often been bonds, the US dollar and gold. For most large serious investors, silver does not come into that equation, certainly not in the first instance. Followers of this channel will also know that, taking numerous decades into account, gold has always performed better than silver on average, and on more occasions as a protection against inflation and currency devaluation. And we've produced numerous videos on this very issue last year. Now, that is not to say that silver will be permanently neglected, but it will in large part initially. The second reason, if the main reason for investment monies going into safe haven assets is because of the fear and or belief that world trade is going to suffer, as we have now, and we're witnessing this now, with almost 60% of silver's demand being for industrial purposes, then the demand for silver in this arena is going to fall, and thereby adversely affect its price. This is simply common sense, and one does not need to be an economist to to work that one out. Now, we could all debate all day whether the demand for silver for monetary purposes is going to become stronger than the reduction in demand for industrial purposes. But that is not the purpose of this video. It is to show you why this gold to silver ratio is widening in favour of gold and not the other way around. You see, it's so disingenuous of pumpers, whom certainly over the past 9 or 10 years at least, have been encouraging investors to invest in silver, even when they knew, certainly post-2011 and 2012, it was overvalued. And to try and persuade you, don't worry, the gold to silver ratio is going to 70 to 1 soon, then 50 to 1 all the way down to 15 to 1. Not while there is a recession on the cards, it won't do that. Its price may rise because gold becomes too expensive. That is true, and investors then look for its cheaper cousin. But that is a different argument altogether. Let us be clear here. We're not saying you should avoid investing in silver. Not saying that at all. And we're certainly not saying you should sell the silver you already hold. What we are saying is that we believe this gap between gold and silver has further to widen and eventually will peak. And then silver will be the commodity to buy, even if this then means selling your gold to do it, if necessary. If you can afford both, so much the better. We simply do not believe for one moment that that time is now. And we caution you when listening to the pumpers. Rest assured, it would be so easy, so very easy, for us to repeat the mantra, the gold to silver ratio is over 90, this is traditionally the time to sell gold and buy silver. So easy indeed, and incredibly lazy, and potentially deceiving. But certainly easier than we putting our necks on the line and saying we would not be doing that right now. And we certainly are not doing that ourselves right now. Could we be wrong? Yes, of course we could. But we very much doubt it. Our calculations since our channel began have been pretty close to what has actually occurred. Not 100% precise, no, but pretty close. Certainly closer than most professional investment houses. And miles closer than the pumpers who've attempted to persuade you that by now, 2020, and in a number of cases in earlier years, gold would be $10,000 an ounce and silver would be around $666 an ounce. A spooky figure, working on a gold to silver ratio of 15 to 1, no doubt. Most of the US equity exchanges are down, another 2% today, with the Dow down over 700 points again. European, British and Middle Eastern markets are also down, but over 3% in most cases, with the FTSE index down over 240 points. Equity markets are not looking good right now, for sure. And even the dollar's taken a minor hit, falling back half a point to 98.5. So the tailwinds are there for gold and silver, no doubt. It's just that right now we believe gold will be the star, but silver will eventually have its day. And we simply suggest and ask that you just bear this in mind. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign so that you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. For regular updates on the coronavirus, we suggest that you look at the Richard and Greg channel, and we will be providing another update tomorrow evening. And also tomorrow we'll be publishing on Trump for President 2020 channel. Both channels are listed in the description box below. Well, we will be talking specifically about what has been happening in the United States from a political perspective. So until tomorrow. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative. And if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.